we're going.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Warning in advance, this will be a shorter session.
Yep.
Fuck computers.
Have a recap.
Sky will be a little bit late, which is why we didn't have our traditional opening.
No,
We'll just see if she comes in with that. When she
it'll be delayed and it'll be there and it'll be
happen.
loud and we know this. Moving on.
I'll break your arm, you tell me, yeet.
In lieu of it, fucking mint.
Fucking man. Alright, let's go.
Okay, thank you. Alright. Beginning of, beginning of last session. We pretty much did the looting from the battlefield. Esther grabbed a bone from Sagittarius's frill to show off to her mom. We found out that one phrase we found does not work on all of these iron steeds. Apparently they are individualized. There may be a way to... Yeah, there may be a way to find the passcode for individual steeds. There has to be, because sometimes the steeds are, passed down or passed on from one individual to another without the passcode being known. So, there's got to be something, but we didn't...
Maybe there's a factory reset button.
Yeah, we haven't found it yet. We're gonna figure that out later, though. We discussed where to send the Azers, maybe freeing them, completely. They currently have the possession of their names, so they don't really have a master who can be like, I know your name, you need to obey me. But they are still, slave marked on their foreheads, so we've taken them back up to the castle with us for time being. We'll figure that out in the future, too.
And they also mentioned that should we remove the brands, they would be technically free
Yes.
to do as they please.
Yes.
And they probably shouldn't go back to where they came because they'd probably just be slaves again.
Yep. All of that. Thoughts for the future. Eventually Caius and Ashta went to talk to the warlord, get the post-battle debrief. Caius had to go and celebrate with his party, much to Ashta's, discomfort.
Concern.
Yeah, and concern. We're planning on visiting Esther's home very soon. There will be a ceremony upon return, maybe about 2 to 3 days long, which, oddly enough, we've asked about, the calendar stuff, of this world this month. And there is a holiday in 3 days from where our party currently is, I believe. Kind of based on Valentine's Day in a sense. And, just to avoid, overlapping with the Esther celebration and ceremony, because that holiday is the middle of the month, and we were kind of planning on an Ashta birthday in the middle of the month as well. So probably right around that holiday, funny enough. Yeah, that would have overlapped potentially just too much. We want the Esther celebration homecoming to be for Esther, and not to try to shoehorn an Ashta birthday pseudo thing in there. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that early. So while Ashta and Caius were down with the warlord, everybody else has been prepping for...
Conspiring.
And conspiring, definitely. Making Ashta just a little bit paranoid about Thorn. I don't think he's caught on to anybody else yet. Oh, right, we found out about the Curse of Sagittarius, which kind of somehow got onto us when we killed the guy. This weird powder that induced feelings of paranoia and prevented benefits of resting. But we cleaned it off because prestidigitation was not anticipated.
And it was kind of technically physical where it was shedding off of us.
Yeah, so Dispel Magic didn't work, but washing up with a little cantrip did.
Yeah. Clever solutions are clever solutions. Well done, guys.
Yep. Fun stuff. Xenia has been crafting and being very creative, which is
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Ashton needs to open a thing.
You need to open a few things.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he got given one thing that he's like,
Yes,
okay, we'll
rest.
deal with this later.
Yep. Aquarius has not shared her name with Esther yet. Don't know if she will.
Yep.
Maybe. Anyway, oh yes, Caius got a promotion. And we got some gold from the warlord as a reward for killing Sagittarius for him. Just a reward, not a you are now contracted by payment or anything.
Yeah, it was more like a mercenaries payment type
Yeah.
thing.
So Ashta returned with a somewhat tipsy, perhaps, Caius? I don't remember how that roll went.
A little bit.
Little
was
bit
tipsy.
buzzed.
But he held his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was intelligent enough not to get plastered, but he got drunk very quickly.
And they returned, and we are settling for a long rest. I think we've already rolled and done our training, but there was one or two things that needed to happen during or just before it.
Yes.
So that's it.
So I believe that was the message to whom?
Carson.
Or the dream to whom?
Dream to Carson, with Ashta being the messenger, the person in the trance.
Mhm.
Alright. I'm just going to remind myself what I wrote down my DC was, but go ahead and begin. If you want to have a conversation beforehand, go ahead.
Yeah. The DC was high, and it's a
Yes.
charisma check.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
If Rosalind finds Ashton,
No.
he just might.
No, she didn't manage.
I was gonna say, he was gonna ask, just, is there anything else you think that could help you with this?
I'm not sure.
If could the Fane, like, kind of direct feed an image to you, or, like, you're
That was something you guys were already doing.
We've already tried that.
Well, I mean, he meant to say, well, when she's casting it, rather than just be like, here's a photo.
Yeah, that was assumed, and that bonus has already been applied.
Okay, and was that not advantage or anything last time, or?
No, it's just part of the increased, lowered DC.
I was gonna say. And
Okay, who is Caius
Ca-
intimidating?
Caius is intimidating a flea.
No one. That was an accident.
Okay.
He just glanced like a little bit upset in the direction of a dwarf and then just ran away.
a fly like buzzed into his room, and he's like, I can never catch these things with chopsticks. I'm just gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just save for a fly.
Well, Rosalind
It works.
is gonna... Rosalind is gonna apologize for not being able to get through, and
No, it's. I can't expect. You've never met the guy.
we'll make it... Well, we'll manage someday.
We can keep trying. I mean, part of the reason we were. You kind of like stopped for a sec. The reason we were trying to get to him was because of the Oni. Not the Oni, the hybrid. And we seem to have that front handled.
Still, I imagine it would be good to get in touch with an old friend.
He's kind of like chewing on like the inside of his mouth, like thinking. I suppose, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Well, it's really up to you. Just not this night.
Alright. So. Is anything else going to be attempted for rest?
I think we tried our sleep training before already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bashed.
Yeah, it was fucking beforehand.
Biffed it.
Yeah, Caius did. Caius has his.
Have we leveled up beforehand?
Yeah, you guys did for the short rest.
Okay. That's just gonna like just kind of like maybe like right after the attempt with Rosalind. Just you can summon things, right? Make things.
As I look through her spells, I can...
Like any sort of moving creature or anything.
I can animate objects, if you count that as summoning. I'm working on a conjuration spell.
Can you animate something real quick for me? I want to try something.
I could. How big is it?
And he just kind of shrugs, like, whatever works. I'm not sure how your spell works.
I can do a great many very tiny things. I can do a single huge thing.
Let's go a medium huge thing if possible.
Alright, as I read the spell, medium-sized... I'm just gonna click it.
You don't have to do all of them.
Yeah, no. I just know that it's scaled, in a way.
Yes.
Let's see. Medium counts as 2. I can choose up to 10, so I could do up to 5 mediums, or I can mix it up and do like a a large, and let's say a couple medium, 3 medium targets.
I just need one, but
Alright. Well, she'll just do one large one then.
Alright. What do you animate?
I'm actually not sure. What is in the room? Probably if there's a large boulder or chunk of masonry or something lying around.
Yeah, you guys could go find one easily enough. Just block out the front door, basically.
Yep, alright. It doesn't have legs, so it just kind of floats.
Neat.
But yes.
He kind of looks at it and just, I'm used to moving myself through things. And he walks over and kind of puts a hand out and tries to banish it.
It is technically a creature.
Yep, it is now.
That thing has a charisma of 10. Does it have a charisma of 10? It's in here somewhere. Nope,
Charisma is 1, so it's a -5.
Yeah.
Dude,
What's your
Ashton?
DC?
Good question. He doesn't have many DC spells. 17.
So it works.
Yeah, -5.
And the thing just kind of like ceases to be on this plane.
Yep.
Does he have to roll the thing?
Sorry, does he have to roll which thing?
The portal bullshit.
Creature. You are banishing to a demiplane. You are not opening a portal. So
Okay. Okay.
it's not a teleportation. It is a. Oh,
I mean, it's moving from one spot to the other without
Yeah.
going in between it.
yeah. Yes, but your ring thing can still contribute the advantage.
Alright. Yep, no problem.
Alright.
And thing's just kind of gone. He's... Huh. I guess that works.
I will return shortly.
Well, that's good to know. Is it going to be back?
Is it going to what? Sorry?
Is it going to be back?
And he just kind of like lets go of the spell and just... Pop.
Ah. Do you need
Oh, it does specify a faint popping noise, so just...
Do you need it any longer? For
I
anything
don't
else?
think so. I think that was a good trial.
And she'll let go of her spell and it just thump onto the ground.
Have you learned anything new recently?
Not since my investiture.
Investiture, huh?
Yes, I've used it once. I think just once so far. When these snakes were attacking Xenia in the forest here.
Yeah, just...
The
I'm just-
vines and the bark armor.
Yeah, I'm very distinctly aware of what you mean.
I'm surprised there was a lot going on. I wouldn't have been shocked if you'd completely lost track of that or not noticed.
Yeah. He just kind of like concentrates on his hand for a second. And just, I think I'm out of that power of magic for the day. And he's just he kind of like thinks for a second. He has this weird look on his face and just, I'm gonna go. I need to think about something.
Alright. Sleep well.
You as well. Just kind of waves and walks off. Just mind on something else.
Alright. Anything else before rest?
Real quick, I just saw that thing in the chat. What the hell?
Alright. So with that, you guys each take your long rest. You rolled last time. And you take your long rest on your sheet. The dreams will have to be next session because I'm not fortunate enough time this week to write it out for you each.
Alrighty.
Who wants to roll me a
A D what?
D4?
Nobody else wants, I'll go ahead and click the button.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's already done. Caius got it.
1.
Caius. Okay.
Guys, why have you doomed us?
I
Rosalind,
don't know, man. I just wanted to roll a d4.
Yes.
you get an optional contact for the dream spell. You can choose to accept or deny.
Oh.
You do not know the sender.
She's currently in dream training with her patron, right?
Yeah,
So
that's-
she's getting the unknown caller ID on the dream phone, right?
You basically hear your patron go, oh, hold on a minute. And he informs you of the fact that someone is trying to contact you.
Does the patron have caller ID?
Probably not. Can she or they notice, tell if the dream contact is... I mean, normally it just happens.
Yeah.
You know what? She's curious. She'll accept.
Alright. And hold on, I don't want to say the wrong name, so give me a second to make sure I have the right one. Because you are contacted by a Zodiac who you have met before.
Oh, hell.
Just want to make sure I have the right name. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Consulting me. It opened!
Is it the one you messed up on before, Conrad?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Is Asha gonna have to start shooting now?
No, you don't know a thing.
Yet.
It's a dream. It's sleepy time.
You get contacted by your double, who also has the double of your worst enemy.
Damn.
There are worse dreams to have.
Asha
Okay.
at least knows what he's getting into with that.
I'm glad I checked, because I was going to say the wrong name.
Okay.
You are contacted by Leo,
Okay.
as he kind of appears in front of you, arms crossed, still in his heavy armor. You can't see his face. He has a helmet covering it, but you can see the flames coming off his fiery body. Good evening.
Well, this is a surprise.
Yeah, almost as surprising as hearing you took out old Sagi.
To be fair, he was setting fire to quite a bit of our home.
He knows the subtlety of firework.
Unsurprising.
How so?
Given his nature, given the numerous notes that he had others send trying to call the warlord in particular out into the field of battle, he seemed rather upfront about certain things.
Interesting.
And again, the line of fire steadily advancing across the grasslands. Not exactly a stealthy endeavor.
I guess leave it to a lizard to despise the subtleties of more intelligent folk.
Now, I doubt that you made contact with me in order to disparage your former allies?
It was part of the reason. Part of it was to make sure that you did actually kill him and the rumors weren't just false.
Oh, I didn't kill him.
No, but the collective view. The ones who were around last time.
Well, was there any other reason?
I have interest in you folk. While I'm not going to begrudge you the combat of my compatriots, there are certain ones that I would like to take out. And you have taken this one from me. Revenge was not yours to take in this scenario.
Ah,
Him and his ancestors have wronged me and my ancestors for centuries. But you didn't know. So retribution will not be seeked out from me. Who are you going after next?
It's rather up in the air.
That was a pun.
What do you think?
I think you want to take out the small fry first.
Hmm.
Weaken our allies, especially because a lot of them control the armies.
Or perhaps we're going to take advantage of surprise and strike higher.
In that case, you've been moving slower than you should for that.
Hmm.
But if you choose to do so, I encourage it. An easy solution.
Now, why would you encourage something like that?
Make it a lot easier to solve you guys as a problem. You start shooting too high, arrow's gonna fall down and hit you in the head. Now, you must have put some thought into it at least. I'm being candid with you. I appreciate the same back.
What happened with the attempt at the truce in Valeri? We left, having set up talks, and before we knew it, we were hearing word that everything had fallen apart and open battle was being waged.
Are you offering exchange of information here?
Merely wondering.
No, I'll answer you if you answer me.
That may depend entirely upon what you ask me.
Who do you plan to combat next?
Would you believe me if I said that I'm honestly not sure?
I believe
Plans
you, but
change.
yes, that's why I ask.
We did not plan to attack Sagittarius, but received word that he was attacking some of what we call our own. And so we responded.
In that case, I'll ask an easier question. Is Aquarius alive? Answer that, and I'll answer one of any question you ask.
Can I insight him?
Go for it.
Is he which answer is he hoping for? If he seems to hope for one or the other. Aquarius
Sure,
being
make an insight
alive.
check. DC is going to be 20.
Nope, that's only a 7. I'm rolling very poorly right now.
Alright. Part of the problem is he's in a full suit of armor.
Oh yes.
Very hard to read in this scenario.
Yep.
He is very calm. You can't tell if it's the calm of a tempered anger,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's by nature of his composure,
Okay.
or if he just doesn't care.
Yes. Alright. Weighing option in that case, she'll go with... When last I saw her, Aquarius seemed well.
Kind of nods. I guess I'll take it at your word. So, what's your question?
How can we achieve a peaceful end to this? We don't want war. We don't necessarily want to have to fight our way through you and all of your peers, brethren, fellows. Really, if there is a way to resolve all of this in a way that preserves as much as possible
that case, the answer would be to destabilize. We are not a country. We are a alliance. One that's born out of necessity, not out of desire. If you want an end to this conflict, break the alliance. We left you guys alone for so long, so we're too busy fighting each other. But that will not permanently stop the problem. We're going to delay it. Probably delay it far past your lifetime. So, if you're alright with that, it's your choice. But
From our current understanding, the root of the problem is the collapse of the planes, them drawing together, possibly caused by magic.
possibly, but how often is a war started for the reasons you think it is? The reasons everyone advertises.
Not
Have you
often.
studied warfare at all? Academically.
I have a little knowledge in history, but that was not a primary focus.
This is a war of conquest before anything else. If you want to stop it, the least amount of combat, either break those who are riling the troops, break the economy, or forge your own path. Show them a better option. He kind of just awaits your response.
Okay. In this campaign, we should do weird spells and screw up the economy, and it'll advance the plot.
And in fact, I encourage it.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Yes.
Alright. Let's see.
Step 1, invent perpetual motion. Step 2,
Ah,
I lost track of my own brain's processes there.
Fair.
I mean, you can end the call at any time.
Oh, Rosalind can't.
Right.
That's in Leo's hands.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
the...
whoever starts the call can end it.
Okay. I thought there was some implied thing there because he basically offered it to start.
I mean, there's implied, but
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Break the alliance, economy, or whoever rallies the troops, whatever, etc.
Yep. Or forge your own path.
Yep, or Trojan path. Okay. We're working on that last point. Now, I don't believe that I can assume anything so, generous as you promising to hold back or stay your course for time being for us.
I am a part of this war due to finances. If it's not financially viable, I tend not to pursue it. At the moment, well, I make good money.
Did Sagittarius steal the Azers he had enslaved from you?
No.
Purchase?
Nor did I steal the salamanders I have enslaved.
Prior
But-
acquisitions?
You could say that. Just part of the world we live in.
It's a shame.
To you.
We'd want the world to be better.
my eyes, it's justice.
Well, you were talking about breaking things to end wars. Perhaps that's another cycle that should be broken. To that end, do you know of any way to remove a slave mark? Such as those put on Azers?
Sorry, just 1 second. There are methods, most of them done in the black market.
Most of them done in the black market?
Yeah.
But
Escaped
not...
slave finds the right person. Technically, the person who made the mark can do it.
And if that isn't an option?
Some just cut it out.
Huh.
It doesn't always work. Many are forced to live as a slave their whole life, as is the purpose of the mark. Hello, Sky. Just a quick moment.
Thank you!
Quick moment, we're just finishing up a quick talk, okay?
So
If you wish to remove... Go ahead.
barring finding the person who originally set the mark, assuming that person is still alive, and would be willing or bribable, coercible in some way, is there any other way other than, as you say, simply living with it or trying to surgically remove it?
We can make an exchange. If you bring them to me, I will give them a life to be proud of. Work. I will not take their names, free to have their own, but they will be my employees.
I will give them that choice, but I will not expect them or convince them into taking it. Frankly, I'd rather try to free them entirely. However, if any believe that your offer is better than any hope there may be otherwise, then as long as it's their choice, well, if need be, I can be in touch.
There is a finder's fee if you do bring them.
It's still going to be up to them.
Understood. If you do need to deliver them,
If you
there
do
is
need
a
to oh, okay.
city that I live in. Sorry. Answering. That's Sky, but we're able to hear you. I just wanted to finish this conversation first.
Okay, there is a city.
No,
It
No, I don't.
works.
Yes. You know I don't wish for open combat, yes?
Valeria
Hello?
side,
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, good. I can be heard. Nice.
Yes.
Can I
Don't
get a?
wish for war where I live.
What did I miss?
Hold on.
We'll catch you up
Oh,
in a
sorry.
second. I have employees here. They're workers. I don't want combat if I can avoid it. I was paid to hire mercenaries for Valeri. I delivered them. Finder's fees. But if you can, no, sorry. If you can at least attempt peace in my home, I will tell you where you can bring those Azers if they wish for a different life.
For peace? We'll do our best.
And then, in that case, you can bring them to the source of all peace in the plane of fire, the fountain of creation, where the Azers were born. You can find me there. If you come holding swords, I'll come bearing shields.
Expect the same from us if we arrive only to find swords and bows held against us. I believe that's
As long
only
as you-
fair.
As long as you don't begrudge the city guards their interrogation, fine by me.
And if by interrogation you mean a quick question as to our business there, and not a more rough treatment?
It's as you say, perhaps with a bit more xenophobia.
Hmm.
They're a suspicious lot, as is they're paid to do.
Perhaps that's another thing we could hope to change someday.
Oh. For now, unless you have anything else you wish to ask of me. Any deals you would like to make?
I think we're
Bid you
fine.
Very well. I hope we meet under good terms. Conflict or not, I care for my own.
And so do we.
I hope we can find a way to coexist. Allies are always a better long-term business plan than combat.
One would think.
In that case, I bid you adieu. And, tell the Rose one I say hey.
Tell the what one?
I'll do so.
The Rose one. One of the names for Rosalind's patron.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, what the fuck?
You kinda
There
just
better not be another Rosalind doppelganger. I'll lose my shit.
that'd be a plot twist. You see him kind of wave his hand in front of him, and the dream kind of like fades to a warm glow, and then you've returned back to your training setting with your patron.
She'll look at him.
Can I?
She'll look at them and say, "Leo says to tell you hello."
Is this
An Azer.
how old is this Leo? An Azer. Ah, that one, not the other one. Got it.
A Zodiac. Leo is his title, rather than his name.
Ah,
Unless there
Good.
is an intense coincidence there.
perhaps, but well, I wouldn't know many Azer's names, unfortunately. I'm glad it's that one. The other one is not fond of me. Apparently, rose thorns inside your bed sheets isn't a very good prank. Or so I'm told.
No, that's a
Dick.
little bit cruel.
I made him a quilt out of rose petals. I thought it would balance.
I don't think it would, because the thorns would just tear the quilt up and ruin that part of it entirely.
Ah, unless you're a magic patron in charge of roses.
Even so, I don't think that I would put rose thorns inside anybody's beds.
Not even if I gave you a good reward.
Now, rose petals down their shirts. I imagine it would tickle at least a little bit. And you'd have that
Possibly.
bewildered moment where they get up and shake the shirts out and have to wonder where they came from.
What about the pigment from crushed roses in their hair while they sleep?
It depends on the hair. It wouldn't work on somebody whose hair is already red or too dark to take the pigment.
And he wiggles his fingers at you. Magic control of roses, my dear.
That's right, I am thinking very physically. So you want to turn somebody's hair red?
It's a thought.
I would suggest Caius,
Oh, that
Why
would be
not?
fun.
Say that.
but only temporarily. Make sure it only lasts one day.
Oh, that's very temporarily. That's
Yes.
okay.
It's just enough to make him panic a little. But then it'll go away and it goes all back to normal, no harm done.
I do enjoy a good panic. That being said, we should focus.
Yep. Okay, and she focuses on her training then. Look out, Caius.
He gets a
Oh,
new
dear
wrestler's gimmick.
Lord.
Alright, now if you guys would like to update Sky.
Please! I sped home through a Costco parking lot.
Alright, basically, Leo Dream contacted one of us, I think at random, but John rolled the 1 on the 1d4, so it was to Rosalind, and we had a conversation about him confirming rumors that we'd killed Sagittarius, and about trying to get to peace in the war. We need to break the Zodiac's alliance to destabilize them towards that end. Mess up their economy, mess up their alliances, whoever rallies the troops, forge our own path, etc., etc. Rosalind asked how to remove the slave marks from the Azers. There aren't really very many ways. Like, it can be removed by the person who made the mark. May not be an option. Some people try to carve the skin and flesh out where the mark is. Doesn't always work. Usually they just live their entire lives with it. So we've got some attempts and research to do, I guess, to see if it can be removed in any other way. Anyway, Leo offered to employ the Azers, give them good lives and work and stuff, and not ask for their names.
Oh, yay.
But Rosalind's like, okay, I'm gonna put that to them and see what they want. If they opt for it, then we know where to send them. And that's pretty much it.
So that's what's been happening for the last 2-ish hours?
Nope.
We waited until about 9:15 to start because computer difficulties. Plus, wanted to give you a chance to get home as soon as possible.
Aw, thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, I broke the speed limit getting home. It's fine, I didn't get caught.
Well,
Anyways.
now on record.
Anyways, I'm sorry, I still don't have the Fane questions.
No, that's
I
alright.
will-
You can send them to me next time.
Okay, I'll have them by the end of this session. It's just I barely had a time to think.
Yeah, that's okay. I can send it to me either tomorrow or today. I'll answer it tomorrow
Okay.
when I have a moment.
Sounds good.
Alright. So, with that, you each awake with your hours, your long rest. And
Oh.
Rosalind and Ashta. Oh,
Quick
go ahead.
question.
Sure.
Does Leo know about Aquarius?
Oh.
Leo asked if Aquarius was alive. Rosalind tried to insight, see what he wanted, and she kind of ended up hedging that the last she saw Aquarius was well. So,
Okay.
he
Yes.
knows that
And-
Rosalind has seen Aquarius, but not necessarily how recently. He knows that Aquarius was not dead at that point, though, again, not how recently. He can assume
Yes.
what he likes from there.
And this was given through an exchange of information.
Yes.
Okay.
So, as you each wake up, Ashta and Rosalind,
Oh boy.
you have a little tied gift on your bedside table. Ashta, it's wrapped in similar packaging as the bolts that you got from Xenia yesterday. If you recall the message I sent you.
Yep. Rosalind will untie it, look at it. Does she know? She knows that Xenia has been potion making and experimenting with that, right? She knows that
Yep.
Xenia has that proficiency.
Yep.
She'll go find Xenia and hold the little vial up.
Yep.
Presumably
Yeah, you
with a
find-
tag explaining what it is.
If you find them down in the near the tomb.
Look what somebody left for me.
Ah, you have a secret gift giver, I see.
Very secret. Seeing as this is, doesn't have a name signed, but I swear I could recognize the handwriting.
Asher looks over and just.
Oh, is Ash to go down too as well?
Oh, sorry, I thought that was in the main area.
No.
No, Xenia's down in the tomb.
Sorry, I was double checking the thing. Never mind.
Yeah, it's all good.
Given the signature that I did see on a certain somebody's message.
Yeah, I don't want to bring attention that I'm just making stuff. It's better to give it, you know?
All the same, thank you very much. It's so thoughtful.
Anytime. Now I have to keep working on these bolts and a tiny explosion that goes off in Xenia's hands. That I made them all yesterday.
Ah.
What is going on?
Sometimes this comes and goes. I had a bit of a rough time last night finishing up that enchantment on the marble. Make sure that you're done. Oh, what time do we want to have the celebration? Noon? Just after?
Maybe in the evening I want to make some candies.
That sounds good. I'll spread the word to the others with Fane.
Can Ash to be making his way down to find Xenia as well?
Sure. It takes you a second as you have to unwrap yours and read the concerning title of it. Which, Ty, for your note, I basically said that it was labeled blood fire poison.
Yep.
So in
Alright, so that is this one.
Yes.
the
okay.
meantime, Rosalind feigns to everybody except Ashta, celebration tonight at dinner.
I'd like to imagine Ash just shows up right after they get finished talking about that.
A minute goes by first, because Cleric Xenia looks over to you, Xenia. And for the first time, looks you, directly in the eyes. And then just in their hand, you see a little motion, a little firecracker image goes off.
A celebration or just...
It looks very similar to the mini explosion you just had.
Yeah, You saw me making those last night. I made a few of them, just making more fresh to now.
They kind of nod and try to hold one of the vials for you.
What do you think might happen if I tried to imply some enchantment while you're applying the alchemical side?
If you'd like to, just please don't get too close. This is a very reactive metal, and there is water nearby.
I will be
I'm trying
careful,
to put-
and I'll put my gardening gloves on.
Thank you. I'm trying to put them together.
So does Ash
What is
walk
actually-
into a meth lab or what?
Yes.
Not quite a meth lab, but definitely a science experiment that's about to potentially
From
go
a meth
fiery.
lab.
Yeah, Xenia's making them really close to water, too.
Yeah, it's very questionable.
Dear Lord.
Should we be doing this in a different room? There is a lot of space to be had out there. We could just...
It's nice in here.
There is that.
Yes.
I'm just-
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
hello.
good morning, Astra.
Yeah, walks in. It's like maybe some place with an open ceiling, so things can't cave in.
The explosion won't be that big.
Second of all, and he kind of holds up the pack of bullets. Oh, what is this?
Which ones is he holding up first?
Wait, are there multiple?
I gave you the gift before in last session in between, and then the one in the long rest.
Those are different?
Yeah,
there
they're
was
different.
there was the bolts and there was the vial of poison.
Okay, no, I thought the bolts were poisoned.
No. The bolts were handed to you in
No.
session. The poison was left near your bedside.
He'll just walk in with both in his hand. Then it's like, I'm getting a sense of deja vu here as he looks towards the camera.
So
Deja vu.
So be careful with both of those. One of them.
What
Xenia
do
points
they
to-
do?
I was about to get to it. One of them, Xenia points to the poison. If it goes inside someone, it won't burn them much on the outside. It'll burn them on the inside.
You see Cleric Xenia kind of just make a spidery motion up their arm and like a shocked face.
Yeah, like that.
It looks
Those.
at burning like acid, burning like poison, burning like fire.
I got them from the black dragons, but I mixed in a little bit of fluid from the liver of the red dragon.
So
Or the
both.
brass dragon. So it's a little bit of both. But those, and Zinnia points to the bolts, are what I'm making more of now. If you look close, there's metal and some water, so when it hits someone, that thing's gonna explode.
He kind of like turns it with rust.
No. So what I'm using, Zinnia's just like, I'm just gonna say potassium because I love potassium.
Sure.
He's gonna hold it just like a little bit with like a thing of tweezers. This is potassium, just a tiny little bit. And Zinnia's gonna hold up a little vial of water, and this is water, and drops it inside.
You see Cleric's gonna like cover their head and just a little goes off as it was like a grain, basically.
There it
There's
is, much more potassium in there.
There's also a 2-ton pile of bananas in the corner where Xenia extracted it from.
No, 2 tons of banana peels.
Anyways,
There's a fantastic banana bread in the oven right
I got some metal from Rosalind Squads.
He kind of like slowly nods with a look of concern on his face. You're dealing with those types now.
I
Well,
beg your pardon, but what do you mean by that?
Yeah!
He can only cross his arms and is like, if you rounded up 10 of them, there wouldn't exactly be 100 fingers.
Well,
No.
I
But
You hear Rayla from your pocket go, that's because dwarves have 6 fingers on each hand.
I was
That's
about
true.
to say, there are a couple that, well,
I'm sure they average out.
it'll probably average out, but
comes
You-
close at the very least. You might have
I
about
can
99.
grow a finger. I can grow a finger back.
You can what?
I have a spell that can grow limbs back. Duh.
Ashta, remember, with your, and she taps, like, her collarbone. It's under her chest.
Yeah, he got like instinctively kind of like puts a hand to it and rubs it and just yeah, but whole limbs?
If I lose a finger, I can simply grow it back. Would you like to cut off my arm and we can use it as an example?
You see
No.
Cleric's do the thing where she like makes her finger makes their finger disappear. But like puts it back on. You can see there's like actually like a little smile on their face right now.
Zia's gonna look over to the cleric. We can do that?
Oh my god.
They look up to you like very startled.
Look,
And they show you that the finger is still attached, like it's not hurt.
I should like
I
turns
know.
his head so it's like so is it not 100% of memories on your end then?
it's skills. I think
Or
that's
did-
a basic skill.
Or did they learn that from somewhere else? Have they left this room?
I don't think so. I know Cam used to do it, so maybe they figured out how to do it and I didn't.
That's impressive, to say the least, considering their starting point.
Yeah. Maybe they scryed on someone who was doing it.
Look, my point is,
Scrying on someone-
I don't think doing that stuff in an enclosed room is a good idea.
Well, guess what? I'm doing it anyway.
Until the point that we get a nice big workshop with open windows and ventilation and so on, though we do need a roof to keep off rain and keep out wind and cold.
Or just enchantments.
Yes, we're going to make do with what we have.
Counterpoint, is this not also the room that keeps the whole thing flying?
Is it?
It's
It
the
is.
crystal.
There's
is
one
in
of
here.
Well, it's not the room is, the crystal is, which is on the other side of the pool.
We're,
Still.
the crystal's not even in sight. I don't have
No.
enough potassium for that.
This sign can't stop
Tell you what, if
I can't read.
If it gets bad enough, we can look around for another area and see if we can set up some temporary partitions, or... There are other priorities right now for construction, is all.
I will say, Xenia and Rosalind, you would know that the dwarves have become very quick at making a mobile workshop that you can like set up in a room and then take down if needed. In like a couple minutes. So you could have that set up in here for you, or could have had that set up for you to make it easier.
You know what we could
Yeah,
do?
probably.
This
Oh?
place is immense. We could
Mhm.
technically take it out of the room and just kind of set up in the hallway outside the room. Have
We could do it
workbenches
in the
along the
hallway.
walls.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could.
that's great.
Just a little bit Skyrim
cool.
style, you know?
Because there is the big metalwork room that had all the broken tools in it. You could set it up
Oh,
right there. It's not too far.
That'd be great for breaking down metals.
Again, I'd prefer an open ceiling, but as long as there's wall.
It does have ventilation in there.
There is no
As
open
long-
ceiling.
As long as there's a wall between wherever you're doing it and, the linchpin of the entire island.
There's a wall right there. Xenia points to the walls back in the front.
There's just a furious nod from the other Xenia.
Happy birthday, Ashton.
There's like a
There was
cringe
a
up on his
quick
face.
blast of feign from Rosalind over to Xenia. No, not yet!
Your birthday's supposed to be this month. I'm just gonna say it every day until then.
There's a
Roll an
there's like
insight
a
check. Roll a deception check.
There was one fucking job.
Motherfuckers.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no!
Horrible.
Fuck!
Oh god.
So, how much can you glean from this?
Can I insight the
there-
cringe?
It's cringy.
Like,
Just tackle
Great.
Xenia. Xenia can't lie.
He just kind of pauses and goes, "Are you planning something?"
I'm planning on making these bolts that explode. Would you like more of them?
I distinctly feel like you're trying to change the subject here.
No. I'm making
That's
you a
all.
birthday gift for this month, and it's these bolts. Ta-da.
And there's another kind of like scrunch up to his face and just this.
Ellie, do you want to test them out?
He kind of like turns his look over to Rosalind. What's happening?
apparently Xenia's making you birthday bolts.
What are you planning?
Birth month
Birthday bolt
bolts?
bath bombs.
Birth month bolts don't sound...
Could Rosalind? Could we have Rosalind roll a deception there too? Because I know her bonus was ridiculous, but still 25.
Sure.
Her
Well, it's
deception,
you'd have to roll separately, but yeah.
her
But
deception
no,
is
to
not
see if Ashta
ridiculous.
picked up on that panicked, assumedly panicked look on her face when Xenia said it.
What's your bonus to either deception or Rosalind, whichever one's higher?
Performance is +9.
Okay, she has a
Deception's
passive 19. I'm going to assume that she can at least hide the panic.
Can I roll again just to see?
Yeah, you can roll insight versus her roll, but passive 19, you can at least tell that like she's,
Ashta has passive
can't play
19 too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you guys can roll off to each other.
All right.
Either performance or deception, your choice.
Yay. No! No!
Wow.
What is with me today? I have...
What is
oh, that
what,
was a
why?
natural
Why
3.
did we have to? Why?
That was a
We took
natural
so
3
much
then.
planning.
Wow.
There's like a slow look on his face. It wasn't just Thorn, huh?
I have rolled a 2 and 2 3s for Rosalind checks.
It me just do it.
Who are you hiding painting that to?
Rosalind?
Hint me, just do it. You get a feign back that is what? No, while Rosalind is distracted.
When you leave the room.
Asha has like this look like he's about to start something. He's just kind of like
You
pauses
have
and just.
explosives in your hand if you really need to leave the room.
Esther's just gonna. Are y'all alright?
Rosalind
This is
is
over
gonna
feign.
feign over to Xenia. Dump more of that potassium in more water.
Yeah,
Accidentally.
Xenia's gonna dump it into the biggest pile. The biggest. It's gonna, into the
Alright.
biggest pile. Just
Okay.
fall.
So hold on to while I check something.
Not
Can
that
Ashta?
big.
I was gonna say,
Oh
if
my
this
fucking
insanity is
God.
happening, Ashta might actually shoot Xenia's hand before this happens.
This is literally just letting go. You don't have enough time to do that.
Okay.
Xenia.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Awesome.
Roll a
Awesome.
1 and this whole thing's going out of the sky.
4. Oh, it's why is it on GM roll? Oh,
So, Xenia, you drop a significant amount of potassium into the water.
Of no
The
Ashta
water,
in
sorry, the
way.
water with potassium. I need Ashta and Rosalind and Xenia to all make Constitution saving throws.
woo!
Oh boy.
Dear
Um,
Don't
Lord.
worry, guys.
wait, actually, how close are how close is Ashta to everyone else?
Talking distance.
Okay,
5 feet, 10
Second.
feet.
5 feet.
Between 5 and 10, roll a d2 if it's a 2, whatever you want.
All right. Damn it.
Okay. 10 feet.
Uh,
Make your con save.
No, I was gonna have him do allegiance is all. And that's 5 feet, so
Yep.
nope.
Alright. Ashta and Rosalind,
Oh dear.
you are blinded.
Yep.
Because potassium gets very bright.
Yep. The most monotone.
Whoops.
Yep.
Oh god, I need to roll for Cleric Xenia.
Oh, baby!
Oh, they're good, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. You were both temporarily blinded.
Whoops.
Okay, there's a
Do
bit of
how
a
loud
shriek
is
and
this
a
bang?
stumble.
It's not much of a bang, it's not loud at all, actually. It's a, it's just a flash, basically. A little bit of
Is
fizzing.
there
Ashta wipes his
potentially
eyes
a
immediately.
surprise shriek?
From Rosalind, there is.
Esther gonna fit. You okay?
Xenia
We're good.
feigned back.
Whoops.
Xenia did something. We panicked. I can't see anything.
Whoops.
I'm bringing Caius.
Ashta's like walking towards Xenia.
And so is
Look.
Rosalind, kind of putting her hands out. Xenia, where are you? I can't see.
Xenia, you
You
know,
grab
like, in
Rosalind's
front of you,
hand.
there's a lot of potassium and water in your lap right now.
Xenia, like, holds Rosalind's hand just up over the potassium and has to scoop their butt back cross-legged with potassium on their lap.
And Ashta's just like,
Oh
look,
my god.
stop.
No.
Just stop.
Esther and Caius. Well, Esther's gonna
Yeah.
run and
On
drag
your
in
way, you two.
Caius.
Xenia goes to pick up another bit of potassium.
No!
Can you not?
You're still blind.
No, he's
Oh,
not.
no,
He
he-
casts
he
lesser
was-
restoration.
He's good.
Oh, that's why. It's like, bro, you still blind. The fuck?
Okay.
I'm using very shocking instances to avoid confrontation. Xenia goes
Do you
to
want me
pick
to
up more
leave? I'll
potassium.
leave.
It's okay.
Is this going to wear off?
Yeah, it goes away after a minute.
Okay.
And she starts cleaning up the potassium quietly. You're good.
I'm just going to sit down here until it's done.
Look, I don't know what you're doing or what you're planning, but if it's causing this sort of reaction, I'll leave it, okay?
Xenia's just silently cleaning up their stuff.
You see, from not quite sure where, Ashta, Cleric Xenia kind of like doesn't walk over, but they lean over towards a direction and kind of just hand you a small crystal.
He kind of takes it.
They just nod seriously and go back to looking into the pool.
Kind of looks at it.
It's like not worth anything, but it's a small gem.
Like
Almost like a quartz.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a piece of quartz.
Yeah, a bit nicer than that, but not worth anything significant.
He just kind of turns it in his hand and goes, "Thanks." I think.
They're back to kind of drifting fingers in the pool.
He kind of pockets it and. Look, there's a reason I don't just tell my birthday. Okay? I'm sure you might have implied that from me not saying it,
Inferred?
but there's a reason. I don't
Do you,
like it.
Do you know why we want or wanted to know?
At this point, no, because I was just blinded.
That doesn't have any.
The motivations here are very mixed in my mind.
To us, a birthday is a celebration of a person. Can you infer from that?
You think I'm worth celebrating?
Ashta, we know you're worth celebrating.
It's kind of.
if you aren't going to give us a specific date, then we'll just make do with the month. Won't we? Even if that
Wish you wouldn't.
means making highly explosive flash arrows. Or bolts.
I wish you wouldn't go with this month specifically. Any, to be fair, but this one.
Oh.
Look, just forget it. Never mind. I'm sure I can't stop whatever you plan on doing. Just don't hurt yourselves or blind yourselves or anything on my accord. Or me. And I swear, if any of you jump out of a closet when I'm least expecting it, I will not take. I will bring you to the infirmary, but I'm not taking responsibility for the flesh wound.
You have explosive bullets. I don't think we'd do anything of the sort.
Now the question is, do we warn Caius of this or no?
No.
No.
There's a twitch on his face.
Maybe a little bit. But not be. Let's be vague about it.
Tell him to wear a helmet at least. That part gets knocked around too much as it is.
We'll consider passing that warning on at least. Have you seen Caius today? I came straight down here on waking up.
And shakes his head and, no, I came in regards to, and he just kind of holds up the the bolts again.
I can't be certain of this, but can you see if his hair is still purple?
Ash, you're rolling insight on that. Go ahead.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, fine. 28. Yeah.
Jesus.
With a 28, he looks at her and goes, "What the hell do you mean by that?"
Rosalind isn't sure what she means by that. Rosalind didn't specifically do anything, but she knows something, but she doesn't know that something actually happened. Just that it was discussed. But she had no direct input per se, just
Not
words.
Hey Ashta.
He
What's your passive
looks to
again?
the camera. Passive what?
Perception.
20.
Okay. You notice a bit of Thorn is a bit more fluorescent. He usually is.
Oh dear.
His claws are dyed red.
He looks over and goes, "Caius was the target?"
Target is a very strong word, and it's rather pointed.
Better
I would
question, has Thorn been to
prefer
a salon recently?
Thorn? No.
And you notice for the first time his red claws.
Oh. Well. I wonder. Thorn? Could you go and find Caius and maybe perch on top of his head? See if anything happens?
And he flies off.
Tell him hello.
Actually, as a pause, he thinks for a second, goes, "Speaking of small things," and he puts his hand into his breastplate and fishes out Rayla
She's there.
in a bit of a clutch grasp.
As you do so, you notice Xena slowly reaching towards the potassium.
Asha looks towards and goes, "I'm just curious if my suspicions are correct, as they always are."
She's like being held in like an open position. Like, what? I didn't do it. I'm not a cook.
Okay, that's what I thought, and he puts it back.
You're not judge and jury. You can't decide.
he looks like it, and it's like, you had how much was she in figuring this out?
You notice Xena also reaching towards the water.
Rayla was...
Ashtra quick draws a crossbow bolt into.
Like you're gonna shoot her? Shoot him?
I'm gonna shoot the glass of water.
Ashta, no! You're going to scatter water everywhere.
that's gonna
and
splash
Make an attack roll.
Oh god.
Okay, so real quick, there might be something I'm missing.
Are you actually?
Where is the potassium?
Are you shooting?
I was
water?
gonna
They
say.
have potassium in their lap and in their hand.
Okay, it's in their lap.
If you
Make an attack
splash
roll.
Okay.
You're gonna
Oh my God,
set
you're not.
Xenia on fire.
You hit the glass. It shatters. The unfortunate thing is when you shoot a glass of water, the water goes everywhere. So roll a d20.
It's almost like I attempted to prevent this.
Okay, somehow
All the water.
What the fuck?
that was the only thing you could have rolled to prevent that, by the way. Somehow there's just a little of like a little bit of potassium.
Asher looks towards Xenia.
I'm
Stop.
gonna go work on this alone.
You see the other Xenia kind of turn to you for a second and just make a sad face.
I'll go and perhaps start another project of my own.
Xenia,
Like,
you can't flashbang your way out of every social interaction.
You can try.
Certainly try.
Ashta, if I was trying to make you more bolts, I just wanted to keep going on what I was working on. and You
You
almost exploded my crotch with potassium!
and you almost blinded me a second time.
That's because you shot the fucking thing. I was going to mix it with the glass that I used to connect it to the bolts! How do you think those things are made?
He kind of just like gives a glance like, I know that you were trying to do it a second time.
No, I was not!
You were palming it so hard. You were trying to
So-
at least.
So I could fix the goddamn bolt that you blew up!
Oh dear lord, here we go.
I really don't believe you.
Caius comes in a towel.
Alright, all out! All out!
Training like around his neck. He's still clothed, you
No, I know!
maniac.
I don't care! All out! It's amazing. His hair is completely red.
Is Thorn there?
Hey guys,
I should be like
Wrapped
turned.
around his neck.
I should turns with the crossbow drawn at guys like, Jesus God, I thought you were someone else.
Esther's gonna walk in, see Caius'
Oh.
hair, and die
Okay.
laughing. What happened to your
I haven't had this color in a while.
You, looked in the mirror today?
Okay, it wasn't only
Yeah, I
Thorn.
have. He looks at his hair. It's like, yeah.
Are Thorn's claws back to normal or no?
Nope, they're still red.
Okay, okay. Wasn't what I assumed. Alright.
I should like looks around the room, then looks to Rosalind, and it's like, redheads outnumber us now.
I mean, if you consider undertones, I'm a little bit on their side. She'll hold
Seems to
little
be a
bit of
running
her-
theme today.
She'll hold up a little bit of her hair up to the light so
I
that
don't know, man.
the little bit of red sheen can show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You could join us. I can
In-
ask.
Join? No. He kind of like puts a hand to his head. No.
Can I join? I want red.
I'll bring it
I'm-
up the next
You
time
wanna
I'm
go
in
down a little
discussion.
more, Lord? Do that
See-
instead, Ashta.
You see an odd
See what
glaze.
they're going. See what they're up to instead of this.
See an odd. Hold on, before that happens. See an odd glaze come over Thorn's eyes. His mouth, his jaw just kind of like hinges open, and a very tinny voice like, "You called?"
No!
You've
It's
never
like a
been able to
fucking
do this before.
Burger King driveway.
Yes, exactly like
Ooh.
that.
Yikes!
That hurt to do, but you are precisely correct.
Yes. Xenia would like hair that exact shade of red for a little while, I think. If you
You
can
see Thorn's claws just like flick out.
Asher like takes a step back and is like, you know I'm not afraid to fight God's patron.
But you're afraid to shoot this dragon, child.
He kind of pauses for a second and goes,
Oh, he got you there.
Hey,
Rosalind is gonna try to telepathically communicate with Thorn and ask Thorn to patron. I don't know if this is a two-way thing or one-way. Just one small lock at the back of Ashta's head where he won't notice.
You hear out of Thorn's mouth, whoever desires red hair, come get a scalp massage. And the claws click together.
Esther's gonna walk over. I just want a scalp massage. My hair's already red.
You could place your heads like in Thorn's claws, basically, if you'd like.
Question:
Yes.
what color does potassium turn when you throw it in a campfire again?
In a campfire?
I
Yeah.
thought it was green.
Was it green?
Hold on, I believe it's actually red.
Because I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like a pinkish red, like lilac.
It's no, it's purple.
Yeah, lilac.
I like colored flame.
Then, but yes, if you place your skull in Thorn's paws,
Esther's gonna delight her hair to make it a bit easier.
you see him start scratching your head. It's not a bad massage, honestly.
Strontium is the pure red.
What?
Strontium is the pure red.
Yes. But yeah, you get a massage from Thorn. There's a couple times you're nervous, he's gonna like cut open your head, but no, he's got good control.
This is D&D.
This is D&D.
Very comfy.
So is Esther's hair now bright red? Underneath the fire?
Was it before? I don't recall.
It was.
It was?
Yeah, I believe it was bright red
Oh.
before. It might be a bit more of a almost like a Pantone color, as opposed to a like deep red.
I was gonna say, does the fire just like glow more?
I mean, do you light your hair back up, Esther?
Yes.
It actually glows white.
I love it!
Oh.
Oh. Interesting.
Esther's just gonna... Why are you staring?
Hold on, I think I might have a mirror, or maybe I don't. Go find a mirror.
Use the fan. You can use the fan.
Esther's
Oh,
gonna
yes, that's
go
right.
look into the pool.
Wait. Fame image of Esther over to.
It's white!
Yeah, and not like kind of white. I'm talking like first snowfall.
Now, hopefully that
I
wears
should,
off and
I
you
should,
don't
like,
go home and
narrows
have
his
another
eyes.
heart attack.
As Esther starts to giggle, it starts to turn like a bright yellow.
Oh.
She's full out laughing right now.
Yeah, just yellow and like bits of orange flashing in it.
And then as she stops giggling...
Once you come down a bit, it starts like slowly fade back to white.
I should pause this for a sec. So are you two in on the plan as well? He looks at Esther and Gaius.
What plan?
What are you talking about?
Okay,
With them.
everyone roll a
What
constitution saving throw.
Ashta flicks on the sunglasses.
What do you mean Constitution saving?
Roll a con saving throw. You heard the man.
Ashta flicks on the sunglasses.
What does it take to do that? A reaction?
I'm not sure. I don't... It just when he has them equipped, he can't be blinded by bright light, and he was expecting this, so...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Roll an
Yeah.
initiative check.
I was about to say that. I was about to say... but-
That's why it's an initiative check to see if you did it fast enough.
Yep.
You've got advantage
Just
on
should've said it.
initiatives.
I don't have a token.
Just roll a dexterity check with advantage.
Good
Let's
point.
use the reaction thing though. It's like, cause I have the bandana that I can pull up as a reaction. He can probably use his glass as the reaction.
No, I'd say 12 was fast enough. I was basically throwing it against the Constitution saving throw DC, so he's fast enough to throw it on. He's good.
Give me a minute, my sheet's like taking... There it is.
There we go.
No!
Alright.
I
So,
was wrong.
Esther, Hold on. Yes. Esther, Caius. Yeah, so con check and con save are the same, so I'm just going to use the first one, Sky.
No.
I'm sorry. Esther, Caius, and... Xenia? Yeah, Xenia, you were all blinded.
Shit!
What the fuck?
Oh, let me roll for the other one.
No. Does
The
her
other one's
hair
fine.
change
I
a
can't
different
That
see.
was good. Sorry?
The other.
Does her hair change a different color due to surprise?
It does. It goes a bright green of surprise.
I have a mood ring on my head!
That is correct.
Rosalind will feign the new appearance over to Esther and... Well, apparently it does something.
It's
Ashta turns back to...
Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
It wears off, don't worry.
As she turns back to Xenia and is like, the more you do that, the more it gives me far more confirmation than I could ever get from reading their facial expressions.
Ashta, for the love of stop pushing it.
And,
My eyes
oh
hurt.
god, I'm getting out of here. Where's the exit?
Caius,
Roll a dexterity check, guys.
It'd be like a perception at disadvantage.
No, just dexterity.
Okay.
You
Damn
run
it.
face first in the pool.
oh no.
Ah!
Oh, shit. Ashta, go save Caius. You can see.
Rosalind will go over as well and try to help fish him out.
Wanna get out? Just wanna get out of here!
Asha, like, watches for a few seconds and then goes to help.
You guys get him out of there. It's not too hard. He wants to get out as well, so.
Caius, sit down. Just
Alright.
1 minute. It'll.
You notice actually the dye starting to leak out of his hair once he gets in the water.
Oh, shame.
It's not purple where it starts to fade. It's black.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
1 moment. 1 moment.
Hey,
Hold on.
Caius?
Prestidigitation can't
Yeah?
dry things. She's gonna make a puff of wind and try to dry his hair as quickly as possible.
It helps, but it's not immediate.
Yeah.
What's your natural hair color?
Why?
Looks black to me.
Does
Really?
look rather black.
I'd say as part of clean or soil, you can make it dry.
Okay.
How on earth
Also
do you-
warm.
How did you manage to get black hair dyed purple?
A lot of lavender, why?
Asha, like, narrows his eyebrows and, like, looks at Caius. How'd you do it with the eyebrows?
It's complicated.
And why is it only washing out now? When was the last
have
time
no
you
idea.
showered?
I think
I
that's...
will, I will let you guys know, I have been taking gold off his sheet to re-dye his hair.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Rosalind has
Yeah,
ruined
exactly.
it.
Do you need to
Asha,
tell me I-
Asha, like, narrows his eyes, like, I guess that's God dye for you.
It's
The Morgan's
really
jaw just hinges open again, like, oh sorry, it's water soluble.
Bit late on that, buddy.
Caius,
Yeah?
just, your hair dye is currently running down your face.
Is it?
Don't worry, I've got it. And she's prestidigitationing the streaks away.
And does Caius now have purple tips? Like, what's going on here?
It's slowly fading, kind of like, Jesus Christ, Xenia!
Why? What did they do?
Asha's still wearing the sunglasses.
Okay, Xenia, I'm gonna say stop, you have run out of potassium.
Such a hear, like, the attempting to...
Yeah, you see the fumbling.
Potassium license.
That last explosion took the rest of what you had.
Asha, like, slowly turns his head and has this, like, even
You
under the
cannot see
sunglasses.
right now.
But even under the sunglasses, he has this look of, why?
Okay, sorry,
Can
I forgot the
please
question I
get
was just
my
asked
vision
about
back,
Caius.
please?
His
What
hair.
does his hair currently look like?
So you... Kind of like paint that's coming off a paintbrush, you see it kind of like, it's like sopping out. It's like getting to the tip, but like slowly siphoning it, but you can see the pigment leaving it. As you guys know, going to the pool, all the pigment just slowly purifies. And just goes back to a nice... Fucking... I guess!
Are you fucking imagineering potassium?
They absolutely are!
God damn it!
It takes a minute.
It
Can I
does
say-
take a full minute.
I
Have
love...
a character moment here, man.
No, that's hilarious though. But you do see the dye stripping out of Caius' hair, as you can see Xenia beginning to imagineer something.
Guys has this, like, solemn look on his face, like, yeah, I've always dyed my hair since my dad passed away. Flashbang!
It makes the angsty moments less angsty if they're just
Does,
periodic
it kind of
flashbacks.
does.
Random boom.
God, I want to add that as like a thing on a sorcerer chart. Random flashbacks being occur at every serious moment for the next week.
God.
Yes,
Sucks.
you see, ever since my father died, I've been able to look. It's like my hair reminds me too much of him.
Oh man, so good though.
Caius, do you just dye your hair for the sake of the look, or is there a reason?
Also, Xenia, I'm banning you from making a flashbang right now. I'm just saying.
I want to talk about it right now, and he leaves.
Caius,
Ashla kind of like catches up and like goes in front of him. It's like, I'm not gonna stop you, but you're pulling a me right now.
you are pulling an Ashta.
When do I ever? Can I please just have this one?
As long as you know. And he pats him on the back and lets him go.
Your hand is now covered in purple dye.
I thought it was red.
Sorry, red. Right. No. Yes, red. Sorry, yes.
A
Rosalind
mix.
has the magical handkerchief of prestidigitation, so that'll be fixed shortly.
What does Esther's hair look like when she's worried?
Worried? It kind of like simmers a bit in this like odd blue and green clash.
I feel like how like looks up. It's like, so if I learn the colors, is it gonna be easier to figure out what you're feeling?
I guess? I don't know how this exactly works. It's kind of like, sort of like a mood ring, I guess now? What did your patron do?
Just a little prank, and trust me, this is tame compared to, well, not the suggestion, but the reminiscing that they did last night about another one that they pulled.
Well, your
Being.
patron has failed.
If he's-
This is not a prank. I rather enjoy this.
Also, do you want to give more details on that reminiscing? If he's setting our sights on us, I should be prepared.
It was agreed that it was perhaps poorly executed or planned, poorly conceived, perhaps.
I was.
Right there. Bang. Concentration throw.
No!
I'm
Fuck.
so blind.
Yeah, Xenia, you're. Well, no, they don't always off at the same time, so
Okay.
Fucking shit. Stop.
you can choose to fail. You can like look right at the explosion. Yeah, you fail anyways.
Yeah.
All three of you blinded.
And this is for Claric. We're good.
Cleric has been consistently fine.
You're not looking.
Yeah, Cleric is probably
Just
just.
not looking.
Cleric sees Xenia doing it and just like puts a hand over the eyes, like, up, here it comes.
Basically,
Where's Caius in this?
he's left.
Claric just gets the
Oh.
vague feeling of it and
Caius
just
did
goes,
walk
"Fuck."
away, right?
I think he was
Sorry, Caius did walk away, right?
He did.
In a towel.
lucky.
Yeah.
So
So
as
you
Caius
just,
is
like,
walking off down the hallway, you hear another bang and oh no, not Xenia.
Maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't try and make the bolts fall blind.
Astra looks over and is like, Xenia, I'm about to put you in timeout.
I'm older than you. You can't put me in timeout.
Xenia.
He casts
No more
banishment.
potassium.
Oh no!
Or you cast banishment.
Use advantage on the
Fuck.
saving throw with my ring.
Oh no.
1, 2,
Ah.
fuck you, bitch.
No, I'm sorry. Oh no.
Conrad.
Oh no!
The Avatar! Devin, I have 2 souls! Devin! Devin!
Hang on.
Who did you just banish?
Hang on. If it was succeeded against,
No.
Do I automatically fail banishment saving throws with this kind of?
No, but you have disadvantage on them.
all right. So the first
Okay.
one was a 16.
His
Which
DC
fails.
is 17.
Oh,
Fails.
oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no. Devin, you
Okay.
can have a mulligan.
So,
Nah.
were
I've been
things
blowing
stated
stuff
before?
up. I've been blowing stuff up.
Was this stated before and I'm just forgetting it like an idiot?
Nope. No, that's why I freaked out.
You know, this is a conversation between me and Ty.
Okay, so he would have no way of knowing.
You wouldn't have known. You might have some theory based off your portal knowledge.
Could I have him roll like an intelligence saving throw on this?
You make it a wisdom saving throw,
Alright,
but no advantage.
Oh no.
13.
Yeah, you know there's some fuckery going on, but you don't know what.
Oh dear lord.
You have a brief moment to reconsider if you would like.
Reconsider.
I really want to see what happens.
What would Ashta do in this situation? Be in character.
He wouldn't go that far for it if he knew there were risks and potential, even just vaguely potential.
You would know that there is something weird going on. You don't know if it's particularly portalic, but you know that there's some weird presence going on with Xenia right now.
Weird presence as in...
Like, their presence is weird.
Hmm.
I was waiting for you to make another, portal check to let you know, basically.
What do you mean portal check?
Like, the thing of portals within 1 mile.
Oh, okay. I thought he did one after.
You did, this is a recent development.
Okay. He like puts his hand down. It's like, Zinnia, I'm about to kick you to a demi-plane. Does that hold any fatal risks?
Connor, does it hold any fatal risks? I forget.
Roll a religion check. Or intelligence check, sorry.
I'm gonna use Feign for advantage. I'm just gonna click it twice.
Damn!
Can
4.
Rosalind, based on the sound of
Jesus
Ashta's
Christ.
voice, can Rosalind try to reach up and try to grope around and grab for his wrist to pull his hand down?
You probably could.
Please don't.
I'm gonna go.
He'll like let the hand go down. It's like, I've been asking Xenia that for the last 10 minutes.
Xenia
gonna
said
go.
that they would stop.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna go.
Has the blindness worn off at this point?
I'll say so, yeah.
He kind of like gives a look to Rosalind. It's like, they haven't.
They hadn't said
I'm
they would
sorry.
stop before. They have
And I'm
not.
sorry, and I'm gonna go. Xenia just picks
alright.
up their stuff and just grabs the cleric and goes to head up.
Xenia,
try to bring them
would
with
you
you?
like me to?
I was gonna say, does the cleric want to go?
Xenia's gonna like try to slowly tug on their hand.
They don't seem, too inclined to go, but if you keep tugging, they will follow you.
Xenia will just pat their head and leave.
Xenia, wait.
Yes.
Rosalind's gonna catch up.
Yes.
Well, since alchemy's proved a little bit volatile, would you like to try to help enchanting for a similar effect?
If you'd like help. Also, if we can maybe do it in the kitchen, because I need to make some candies. But are you sure we should do... Like, Xenia sort of goes into faint. Are we sure we should do the thing today based on what he said?
Well, we don't need to overplay the birthday part too much, but
It's just a
Based-
celebration. We killed Sagittarius.
no, based on what he said about him not thinking he deserves to be celebrated, I think we should prove him wrong.
That's true.
I think we
That's
should
true.
show him otherwise, even if it's really just a nice dinner, dessert, and a few gifts.
I'll still make his favorite cake. I'll still try and make the cake.
Of course.
And I'm gonna try and make some candy.
Alright. I'll give you a hand with what I can in between working on this enchantment, and we'll share the efforts.
Thank you. I didn't do anything wrong with thing. I'm not good at keeping surprises a lot.
Well, it wasn't a vital thing to accidentally spill.
Okay. Thank you. So I'll just go upstairs.
Rosalind's gonna follow.
I was just kind of like in the room. And walks over and crouches down to the cleric.
Conrad is BRB.
Oh, yep. My thing was scrolled up.
Yep.
Alrighty. Sorry, I just saw that gif.
Dear Lord.
It's called avoiding
Are you planning
confrontation.
something?
Pocket sand!
Yeah!
I did. That's what I messaged Conrad. I told him pocket sand, and he went fine.
And
God, that's gonna be so good for some serious moment later in the campaign. You're gonna have like a pocket full of potassium, and it's gonna be like you're in the plane of water, and you're just gonna forget that it's in your pocket.
oh no.
Let's go swimming. I win the diving contest.
Yes.
No!
Blinder, pants on fire.
God.
I forget how much piercing damage it was that Matt rolled for Percy, but I want to do that one day.
No, that was a ridiculous amount of potassium, and also
I was gonna say that's cliff
Although-
levels.
that would be a fun Imagineering thing to do. Like if you're fighting someone underwater and just summon potassium.
Would it react to the Mirage Arcana?
No, because it is not. It only feels physical. It convinces the brain.
I was gonna say, like, if you dropped potassium into Mirage Arcana water, would it blind a chemist but not a farmer?
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that, but I do love that question.
Yeah, if the brain knows what potassium is and knows what happens when it contacts water and is convinced that this is water.
Does banana have brain?
Why does piranha plant have bone?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
Why does piranha plant have bone in it?
Oh.
Alright, so,
Okay.
as they walk out, Asha just kind of like kneels by the cleric.
Why don't we just kill the ocean? We're all thinking it.
We're all thinking it. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, Aquarius really happy about that. Ash will just kind of like, Ash will just kind of crouch by the cleric.
They seem they're just kind of like in the water. They notice you look down at them and they kind of lightly glance in your direction, but you can see that they're still focusing on the water. I mean, it looks like the beginning of a scrying spell is what they're doing.
And he's like, I don't want to interrupt you too much, but he just kind of like pulls out the piece of not quartz, but quartz.
You're
He's
not
like,
sure if I'm paying attention.
Was this with what they were all doing?
Doesn't seem to glance in your direction. They seem kind of regressed into that distracted state.
You just kind of think for a second, just. Maybe I'll ask you later. I don't know if you're listening, but you're doing good, whatever you're doing.
They kind of actually turn to you as you say that. Kind of hands still moving in the water, but looking at you now. Not quite the focus that you'd expect from someone looking at you. You can tell there's still something interfering with their ability to properly acknowledge the fact that it is you. But you have their attention.
And just, you've done really well from where you started. I know it's not the same by any means, but starting from nothing is a lot to do.
There's just the ghost of a smile on your face. Almost like they want to, but they just can't move the muscle they need to.
I'll leave you to it.
As you do, their head kind of just lolls back towards the water.
As he's going, just like, and don't do everything the other Xenia does. Especially the flashbang thing. Heads off.
And you see, as you turn, you see the water begin to glow with the scrying spell beginning, but you know that even if you look into it, you won't see what they're seeing.
Yep. And probably just head up.
So, you guys have until, I believe, dinner for the party?
Yep. Which means there's definitely 4 hours in there to enchant a bundle of bolts with something. In
That's
between
fine,
everything.
You guys would have about 8 hours to do with as you wish.
Yeah, so...
I might just send a quick feign over to everyone. And just, do we want to leave the castle where it is right now?
I
Rosalind
think
will
so.
chime in with the feign. I believe so. We'll set out tomorrow.
Because you guys do want to go to the Genasi, right?
Yes. However, we should probably... Ashta, would you mind checking in an Anther? I've got something I've got to do, but I don't remember when those wolf pups were supposed to be born. I think it might be close. See if it is. See if
It would be today.
See if Issa and oh goodness, what was her name? What was her name?
Ranger girl?
Yeah, what was her name?
Simone.
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 See if Simone would like to go, and also Issa. She may have somebody she'd like to bring on board. Make the option open to her. We are trusting her judgment.
Just, alright, I'll go tell Would you guys be, even if it was just me, and we just kind of went halfway and I took off on the horse or something, would you guys be willing to go to Fluss?
Hmm?
I mean,
I believe so. We have to take care of Esther first, but after that...
I wanted to I have quick business there before we're committed
Where's-
to whatever's going on in the desert.
Where's Fluss?
In the west by
is to the
Kakowin.
Yeah, west here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he's saying maybe even just like go to Lentiel and then he can like maybe halfway go back and he kind of does the rest or something. But
Yeah, I don't think we want to just send him off, per se.
I'll go with you if you'd like, Ashton.
We do need to go near Lentiel for something at one point.
and also just Rosalind, you have a dream spell on deck this evening?
I should, yes.
Okay, I might need that.
I'm sure you'll have it.
Okay. Then-
We can figure out travel plans, but for now we're by Anther, so those errands first.
Yeah, Asher will just real quick check in with Simone and Issa.
Yeah, you would know that they are inclined to go back because it is today that they are meant to.
He's just
Take a
like,
walk.
oh, is that today?
Yeah, and kind of like, what, you forgot already?
No,
Not so excited for your pup.
we fought a war. Other things were. And he just kind of like rubs his face. Shall we go down?
Please, war or not, dogs.
Which one is this?
Simone.
All right. And then he's like, as he kind of goes to walk, he kind of like freezes stock still. You could. Damn it.
Ashton?
This is with Simone. He's like, you guys are gonna want to take the lift, huh?
Do you know a safer way down?
Not that can fit that many people.
Oh no.
He's kind of just with her hand like, oh, I can wait.
No, it's. I'll go let the mover. No, he kind of runs off.
Oh, you are so hungry for angst today, Ashton. I love it.
Not angst, but awkwardness.
Alright, so you head to where you know Rose would be right now.
He kind of stops halfway. He just isn't moving.
Halfway, you know that she tends to stick around the lake.
Mm.
A lot of the time practicing with the tablet, be able to move it quickly and defensively.
And does she keep it over the lake so if it falls, she kind of hits the water? Or?
Basically, yeah.
He's just like he's like maybe like 2/3 the way to the lake, and he's just. You can kind of like feel his want to turn around, just run. Oh, okay.
A firebird overhead squawks, "Coward!" No, I'm joking.
As he hallucinates that from nervousness, he thinks, right, firebirds. And he'll just feign over to a firebird and just, have you seen the lift lady anywhere?
And as Kyra mentions something about, some of the firebirds use the tablet as a perch to fish from.
And she's over there right now?
There's a moment of quiet, and then, yes.
Thank you.
As you head further, you can see her manipulating this, actually from a distance, interestingly enough. It's not something you've seen her do before. But as she manipulates it, it's very slow going. Much slower than it normally is. The firebirds are perching on it, and they'll occasionally basically teleport into the water, and teleport back up with the fish and eat it on top of the tablet.
Mood.
We'll just kind of slowly walk over.
A man
She's
after his
totally
own
distracted.
heart.
Just kind of let her finish up what she's doing. Not
Uh,
too opposed to waiting.
How long do you choose to wait? You've known her to do this all day.
7 hours.
I was gonna say, not it'd be in reverse, but
13
also,
hours.
yeah. He'll wait like maybe an hour.
There is a wolf pup waiting on this.
Yeah, good point. Okay, he'll do like 30 minutes.
There are babies to receive, Asta.
God, such a good point, Rosalind. Fuck, take inspiration for that. That was great. Okay. Also,
I'm gonna assume that's what Rayla says.
Ty, sorry, for potassium, also take inspiration. I forgot to mention earlier.
I already had inspiration. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, you wait half an hour. She doesn't look any direction. You can see like sweat starting to drip down her face as she's doing this.
Hey,
She startles so bad. The tablet just drops out of the air.
Oh no.
It slams into the water. She goes, ah,
Oh,
shit!
fuck.
And she immediately jumps to go into the lake.
Half a dozen birds. Squawk!
Yep. Two of the birds like catch her on the way down and teleport her onto the tablet. Floats back into the air. She looks back at you, soaking wet, like, what? Oh, hi. She like floats the tablet over to you.
hi.
Hi.
I wanted to talk to you.
Okay. Should I speak slower?
Yes, it's like every expression goes across his face in the span of 5 seconds. I about what we talked about. What
Yes,
you
about
talked-
my emotions. Yes, continue. I know you're not really talking about your emotions. Go ahead. You'll be happy to know I'm quite experienced in, human discussion.
I don't know if this is
Sorry, what was that?
nothing.
No. Go ahead. Say it.
I'm not.
I know. And I accept this about you. What do you need to say?
Aw.
Uh, I'm
Not interested? Want to grab a coffee? Desperately here to propose to me?
My God.
Oh my god, Astra, she's perfect. Just say yes.
I'm not in the headspace for it right now.
Brother.
And is that you being polite, or is that just your way of saying that you don't know?
I'm leaning. I don't know, but I would never want to. I'm leaning towards.
Ashta,
I'm not.
you can say what you mean. I work with soldiers, been through traumatic experiences. Just say what you mean. I don't need to understand.
If there was any other point in my life, I'd still be a mess, but there's things I need to do and figure out and get done, and wars I have to fight, and
So not right now. That's right.
but I don't want to leave it at that either because
Because you're afraid you'll die and I'll never get an answer.
no, yeah, my instincts tell me that I'm declining the offer, but I don't trust those instincts because I've never used them before.
That's alright.
And there's nothing wrong with you or...
I'm made of tougher stuff than this, and it's not the first time I've been rejected. Don't worry. In fact, this is one of the more sweeter ways it's happened.
Mhm.
Once again, like 24 different expressions go across his face.
She kind of just smiles at you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for just being honest. I know it's not your forte in terms of emotional honesty and openness and communication. Yeah, you have a lot of issues. But that's fine. If at some point you're ever curious, wanna work out those emotional muscles, I hear I'm great for cardio.
I love her.
He kind of like slowly nods, some of it going over his head.
That was a joke. It's your turn to laugh.
Am I supposed to?
I was kind of hoping you would. Never seen you do a proper smile before.
I
You don't have to force it.
don't think I can.
I think you could. I just don't want you to. But now I kind of am curious. What does a forced smile from you look like? I imagine it's more like a wolf bearing its fin.
He does exactly that.
Izawa face goes on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And she goes, "You look like you're about to eat a child."
Don't. Not that comparison.
All right. You look like you're about to swallow a chicken.
Better.
You look like
Sorry.
Caius when too intelligent of a conversation happens within his hearing.
What?
There's this like half smile, half grimace.
She goes, "There we go. All right." She's like pats you on the hip. You're right. Don't worry.
He-
Is that Ariel dying in the background?
No, I was moving
Okay.
and my chair squeaked.
Okay.
like he kind of like half turns half transparent for a second, about to hop into the aerial plane, and then he like tones it down. He's like, "No, I'm not doing the Xenia thing. I'm not doing the Xenia thing. I'm just gonna." Right, the other thing. Oh, I should have started with it. We need to ride down, and if it's any consolation, there might be wolf puppies. So
No, I'm glad you picked that one first, because otherwise that would have been a very awkward ride down. Again. You're not going to jump off this time, are you?
no,
Okay. If you do, at least, like, put out your wings, please.
I did last time. Just
I couldn't see. I was
later.
distracted.
Distracted. Oh, yeah.
Tina, you make a very good point.
Sand. Fucking potassium.
They are by a lake.
You have an arrowhead.
I'm trying slowly.
No!
I might just fly down if it is gonna be awkward.
Oh no, it's good now. We've had the conversation. See, what happens after you have an emotional conversation with someone and it's amicable is you move on.
I've
After
experienced other things.
moving
Yes, many people
on.
have. But this is what I'm trying to do. And as the person who's more experienced with emotions, I would suggest you try to do the same thing.
He just kind of like slowly nods and
It will be
Just-
awkward, but for us, not for everyone else. That's
just
all.
there's this like legitimately sad look on his face. Don't die.
I mean, I wasn't planning on it, but I do appreciate the sentiment and your way of saying that you still care about me.
Yeah. And
Plot twist, she's had it inside of like +9 the whole time.
he just kind of like nods like that, and well, the last time something like this happened. And I wasn't being asked out, but emotional conversation and then
Death.
Yeah.
Sounds like to me you have a timing issue. Got it.
Real quick, he's gonna try to teleport to the horse.
Go ahead. Is this your equivalent to pocket sand?
Well, you see, he doesn't like physically assault the person, so it's probably better.
He's
Back
just
is set.
gone.
20.
Pocket potassium.
You
It-
kind of move like a foot backwards. That's it.
He's just kind of like opens his eyes, like, didn't work. Okay.
What were you just? Did you just?
Yikes!
What did you just do?
I was trying to project my soul at my horse.
Oh God, you are more emotionally stunted than I thought. You're projecting onto a horse.
No, like literally.
As opposed to metaphorically?
Yes.
Okay, now I feel like I don't understand.
Lucy.
Yes, boss.
It kind of like
He's there.
yeah. It kind of like points to the horse.
Oh my god, no!
You see how he just kind of came out of nowhere?
I didn't. Yes.
I'm trying to learn to do that in reverse, where I go to him.
Can you teach me?
He kind of like tilts his head, like he's from. Apparently, he knew some of my previous lives and was like a celestial when I had part of my soul was somewhere else. I
Is
don't
that
know
a
if it,
secret to your heart?
what do you mean?
Knowing your past lives? Were you more emotionally open then? Did you? Were you a child at some point?
A child?
shit.
No.
He kind of like tilts his head, just like
There's
yes.
only one thing worse than a grown Ashta. Boom, a child. No!
She points at you menacingly. I will find someone who knows about you as a child, and I'll get them to tell me embarrassing stories.
Don't let her know about Orion. Don't give her access.
He kind of like closes his eyes, like all but one of them are dead. Good luck.
That's depressing. But I will find that person.
Yeah, it's just like dead look in his eyes, like yeah, it is.
Oh no, I understand where the depressingness comes from it a little bit more, but
Oh, wait. Okay.
let's go take care of a wolf.
Puppies, yes. He like puts a hand to his mouth.
Yep. She just kind of grins at you and says, "All right." And she floats the tablet.
He slowly gets on the horse.
Sprouts wings.
Let's go down to.
I assume you pick up the two on the way.
Anther, sorry. Yeah. He's like, Rose, go get Isa and Simone.
She looks
If
at
you
you
can.
dead in the face and just goes, "Yes, boss." And just slowly starts floating over to them.
And he just kind of like puts his head down like in like Lucy's mane and just like. Ugh.
And you guys can float down over to Anther if you'd like.
Conrad,
Yes.
how long does this hair thing last for?
Great question.
Okay. Real curious. What happened? What color would it turn if she sees Aquarius?
Are you going to see Aquarius?
Yes.
So you walk down to Aquarius. Your hair stays white, but it starts like blowing in the wind.
What would happen if there was something relatively flirtatious to make her embarrassed?
It would slowly turn pink.
It did the thing!
Just the Sims, but it's your hair.
What?
It did the thing.
Anyways, any last notes we would like to do very quickly?
For the day?
Just in the next couple hours. You guys can mark off whatever time you need to do anything, any questions you need to ask.
How many hours, sorry? 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is basically
Caius
before
would
dinner.
have a long rest by then. So
Is Rosalind busy?
Rosalind
I mean-
is in the kitchen with Xenia, working on stuff.
and he has
Alright.
the 100
I'll
points.
I'll dream training the last 6 hours of Dragon Chess.
Rosalind would be open to a chess training thing, but for the next couple of hours, like 4 hours or so.
You do also know Issa is very good at Dragon Chess.
That could work.
Yes.
If
And
that's the-
Rosalind suggested Issa go with you guys because Issa has a potential significant other that Rosalind wants to know if Issa wants, go
Right.
with
Yes.
us.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So yeah, he'll just maybe as he kind of when he went to go talk to Issa. Just real quick, do you want to get a game in?
She kind of looks over at how far away you guys are from Anther, and she goes, "Yeah, why not?"
I think I'm almost got the hang of the game.
Almost got the hang of the game.
He cringes I know what that sounds like.
It's all right. I'm still gonna kick your ass. She starts setting up the board.
All right.
I have her
How-
check. So
Okay. How long would they be playing?
what does that sound?
I don't know. Sky, I
That's
think.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Yeah, it would take about probably an hour to get to Anther from how far away you guys are, if I'm not mistaken.
I was picking at something and then it decided to rip.
Oh, you guys are over top
That's-
Anther right now.
So that's not
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, you guys could get there within half an hour, 20 minutes, but obviously doubled up to an hour.
Okay. So just knock off an hour. Fine by me.
If Esther does meditation with the bird, does she get advantage or no?
Advantage on what?
On the meditation, like to make it go faster.
No, you get double the hours.
Oh, so I do get double the hours
Yes.
if I do it with the bird. Shit. Okay.
So real quick, we're not gonna do it, but how long is the puppies gonna take? Do you think?
It will be next session.
For the hours of the day. I mean.
Depends how part of the process you want to be. You know that Simone's going down there to help out with the birth of the puppies.
Okay.
You want nature check on how long it takes wolves to have puppies. Or animal handling.
Did you say
Sure.
that was for next session?
Yeah, but just because now I need to Google this before I forget.
Would he have any bonus to this because he kind of knew some was with a half wolf?
It'll be a lower DC.
Okay. 14.
Hold on. Strangely enough, this is a difficult question to find the answer for. Relatively quick.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see what the number was. Yeah, relatively quick.
Hours.
Couple hours maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering how many hours to put on my other training that I have left from the day is all.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that makes sense. My apologies.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and mark off, if you're going to be there for the whole birth process, mark off 2 hours for that, and then 6 hours for whatever else you wanted to do.
Okay, and then there was the 1 hour with the dragon chess.
That's included in the 6. Or, sorry, that's included in half an hour of the 6.
Okay. So I'll just do 5 then.
Okay.
Because I assume it also takes flight time to get up and down the place and everything, and.
Well, it was during the flight time that you were doing the dragon chest.
Oh, okay. Well, also we need to talk to Issa's SO. So
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's not going to take you out of your hours. Don't worry.
I don't want to put 0.5s on this thing. I've been having full hours the whole time.
Again, it gets doubled to a full hour. You're right. Because you're
Not with his yes boss training.
Yes, boss training.
Distributed as you wish. If you're with Issa, the hours are getting doubled for.
Yeah, but you said there's only a half an hour of dragon chess, so that leaves a half an hour of something else.
Yes, half an hour. Okay.
What even is
Distributed as you
onion?
wish. You have 6
Alright.
hours.
Yeah.
Okay, done. All good, done.
Anything else anyone wants to bring up?
I think we're...
Enchanting some bolts. Can we go ahead
Yes.
and make that roll now? Rosalind's getting help from Xenia. They both
Sure.
are contributing to the spell. I'm hoping to make a batch of bolts. I don't know what sizes you have, what tiers. It is a first level spell that's being put on there.
Okay.
So relatively simple.
Yep. Hold on while I bring up the rules.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, it loaded, thank God.
Yeah. I think that you said before it was something about doing let's see. Enchanting in batches simply added the value of each item together for each level of rarity. This raises the check by the subsequent items are twice as costly per item as previous. I don't know what you're meaning by that.
So if you're doing 1 bolt, and then it would cost 20 gold, making 2 would be 40, 50, 60, 80, until you get to the next rarity, in which case every bolt's cost after that is doubled. So once you hit 500, every bolt thereafter costs 40 per bolt.
Okay. I have got no idea what's going on with that. It would be a
Fair enough.
common item because of a first level spell.
Yes. What's the spell you're putting into it? To what effect?
Fairy fire.
Fairy fire? Single target?
Yeah, no, multi-target, but, like, physically target the one, and then it bursts out as if that's the center point of a radius for it.
Okay. To keep it as a common,
Mhm.
you could make 2 bolts. To make it as an uncommon, you could make, start. 10.
Uncommon is 10.
Yes. If my math is right, yes.
Alright, okay. 10 sounds like a good...
Sorry, uncommon would be 12, common would be... Sorry about that.
Alright, 12 sounds like a good number, around a dozen bolts, and there's not too much chance of failing outright, so... I'm gonna go ahead and make that, attempt with help from Xenia for advantage, yes?
Get some guidance.
And guidance.
Yep.
Alright.
And...
Go ahead and make your roll.
Yeah.
Whee!
Yeah, 29.
Hoi!
29! Alright. So, you create 10 bursting fairy fire bolts.
12.
They burst
Ooh.
out in a 10-foot radius of a target who is hit, or if the target is not hit, it still bursts out in a 10-foot radius around where the target was.
Okay.
Just the target. If it hits the target, automatic failure on fairy fire.
Okay.
If it does not, they have to make the saving throw just like anything else. The DC is 15.
Okie dokie.
Sound good?
Sounds
Those are
good.
bolts.
Yes.
Those are bolts.
Those are bolts.
Alrighty.
They're gonna
Although you can
be-
basically make arrowheads and then put them on whatever you want.
Nah, they're bolts. They're for crossbow.
So
and
how many?
afterwards, 12. You don't have them yet. Rosalind
Yep.
is right now wrapping a great big, like, red and green ribbon around it.
Alright.
Well, okay, okay, final thing, just, he's gonna burst in the door unexpectedly.
No, you're not. You're fucking in there.
Okay, no, this was earlier in the day.
Okay, so while
Fine.
they're starting this...
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm basically
Okay, go ahead.
gonna, if I leave it for next session,
Go ahead.
Alright.
this might even be before it, I don't know, just random
ahead.
random point in the day. He'll just like, Rosalind,
What?
I figured, he's like,
She just
he
dropped
got like,
something.
he like flinches, like, don't blind.
What?
He kind of like slowly turns, like, I figured it out.
What?
The thing with your investiture,
Oh?
I think I. Hold on, and he just kind of like stands aside, and he just concentrates, and thistles wrap around like from the back up and around into a like vague shape of wings, and then kind of like around the neck in a collar, and down the arms in between the fingers.
Oh. Oh. Wait, how do
Oh.
you have that? No, that's not the same thing. No. Wait, what?
But it's similar, right?
Yes, but... How?
How did you do that?
What the fuck?
And he just kind of like puts it out, and it's like, I just figured it out around the same time as the banishing.
Oh, that's what you were Oh. Well done.
I,
It looks very good.
you learned celestial out of nowhere, right?
Yes. And a little calligraphy, or at least ink painting.
He kind of like flexes his hand, like with the thistles in between the fingers, and
Do you think that went the other way somehow?
I mean, I wasn't exactly planning on anything like this until now.
Well, it looks very good. I'm very impressed.
I'm more surprised, but thank you.
Well done. Now, I think that you have something to do.
Right, yes.
on.
I'll be back to it.
Remember
In my
trying to
mind,
say-
this was.
And as he turns to leave, she's looking at the back of his head.
Yep.
Does she see?
There is a tiny patch of red hair.
She
You
punches
see it?
Xenia in the arm and look with the fane.
Oh, also, the ground might be difficult terrain right now. It might just be
Yeah,
thistles
it's kind of like
spreading out.
dragging like a bunch of vines behind you.
Maybe he has like a.
I'm sorry,
what-
thistle plants.
Yeah, maybe he has like a
Burrs? Like burrs on bushes?
It's for
No,
your
th-
enemies.
No, I'm just thinking the what's like the bottom part of a cloak?
The
The
hem.
bit that goes around the
train-
legs.
Sort of the train of the cloak, if it
Yeah.
has one.
The hem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coattails.
Sure.
Yeah, he just has that of like interwoven thistles as well, and just like drags on the ground and stuff is spreading out everywhere. He's like, crap, nope, sorry, and he just
Sorry, in my mind, this is him just avoiding talking to Rose.
that might be it too.
Honestly,
Took
that
him
makes
an hour.
sense.
Yeah, because he would be more of a mess if this was before it, so he is killing time.
Yep. Okay.
But also he
Wait.
figured it out.
Does Ian know what that spell is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I've heard that spell. Wait, I haven't prepared.
It is personalized a little bit to him. It's not usually thistles, sometimes it's vines. Yeah, but yeah, you know the spell.
Yeah. Oh, he can learn that too. Nice.
I agree.
And then time continues on.
And then he like drags himself to Rose. Ah! And credits roll.
Alright. Any last notes? Yes?
If Esther spends 7 hours meditating with the bird, can she
14
spend an
hours.
hour just chilling with Aquarius?
Yeah.
Nice. 'Cause I want to make her flustered. Yeet.
And it's easy enough to say that at one point you get flustered.
What would Aquarius's reaction be to that? Sorry.
She likes the hair,
Eee.
but if that is all, yes, everyone's good. All hours are distributed.
Yes.
So, as you each spend your day preparing for the party, preparing wolves. At the end of the wolf birth, Ashta, Rose kind of like, not Rose, sorry, Simone.
Simone.
Yeah, Simone comes up to you and just kind of begrudgingly, just very grimy looking, kind of just cross their arms, look at you, and it's like, you're all healthy. And I have to ask you an important question.
Good. What?
Would you like to raise a wolf puppy?
Sound of glass shattering in the background.
No,
There
the
is-
potassium!
Oh no! All the puppies are blind forever. No. She kind of looks you up and down. It's like 3 reasons. It's not charity. It's kind of charity. A, happy birth, whatever. Apparently it's sometime close to your birthday.
He kind of like flinches.
I heard it from one of the doors. I don't give a shit what day it is.
The
Consider
doors
that
know.
part. Consider that part of it. Second of all, one of them's a runt. It's probably not going to be taken care of very well. Someone needs to take care of it. My dog will not get along with it.
He kind of like slowly nods.
Third of all, if I give you the dog, I'm your apprentice, and you teach me how to do what you do. Got it?
He like there's a
Who is
record
this?
scratch now. He's like, wait, run that last one by me again.
Who
You're able
is
to kill
this
shit.
saying this?
You're able to hunt whatever you need to. You're in charge of a number of people, or you help lead. I want to know how you do it. You don't have to spend time on it, just let me watch you.
Ah, okay.
Apprentice?
charge, employee, whatever you want. Like the word feels weird in his mouth. I want to learn from you, or at least figure out how you do your shit, and dissect your magic tricks, however you want to phrase it. But and she holds up a tiny little dog, still like freshly born, wrapped up in a little coat, sorry, little blanket. Yes. He.
Oh. Oh, that's cheap
Bribery.
It's like
shot.
not. It barely like her hands can hold it comfortably. It's so small.
Oh.
He kind of like looks at it and just one condition:
That is.
you don't have to just deal with me. If he's ever in town, if he ever comes across, if he ever happens to be free, you have to deal with my uncle too.
Did he teach you?
He nods.
Done. I'll figure out your tricks.
He kind of looks like tricks. It's
It's magic.
practice in magic.
Yeah, and I'll figure out how you do it.
Also, I
Learn-
can't.
And
I
I'll learn
can't-
it, and I will learn it faster than you did.
Oh.
You better keep trying to learn. Because if I outpace you, oh boy, I'll take over.
There's like a small twitch on his face, and he's about to say something, and he looks at the puppy, and he kind of like puts a hand over its ears, and he just goes, "Try me."
She just gives you a big grin. Let's do this.
Can't guarantee the wings though. And he just
Oh,
kind of like apparates one and boofs her.
Yep. She kind of leans back and says, "Watch the dog." And also, don't worry, I can convince an eagle to fly in places if I need to.
And he just kind of like nods and looks down at the dog.
She goes to hand it to you.
He takes it, and
You better treat that dog right, boy.
like his face is convulsing. He just kind of like turns his back to her and just like looks down at it. It's like, "Hey, guy." He's kind of like lightly pats. It's like, "Hey, little buddy, how's it going?"
As you do, like you, like run your finger down its spine. There's like this little like, is it like yawns? Self. Note to self: in every campaign, Devin wants wolf puppy.
he kind of like lightly pats. He's like, "Oh,
You know these things are so delicate right now. It doesn't have fur or anything. It is still eyes closed, still
Yep.
tiny,
and
shivering. It's just it's so small.
he's just keeping it kind of close to him. And he's like, "Oh, I cannot have you anywhere near the rest of the party."
Oh, come on, why?
You have a second
Fuck.
shirt pocket. Don't worry.
Ashton, you dick.
He's just kind of like looking at you. It's like,
That is exactly it, Ariel. Thank you.
"You're so cute and small, and I can't let. But I'm sorry, I can't let them know I have a soul." No, I'm kidding.
Are you?
He probably thinks it. And he just like pauses and like, "Fine, send a image to everyone else."
You all basically get airdropped the image of just a tiny wolf puppy being held in Ash's hands.
Rosalind melts
Oh,
in the
it's
kitchen.
adorable.
As this screeches, Aquarius is really confused.
Oh god.
If there's not a chair nearby, Rosalind will end up sitting on the floor.
And it is so cute. It's like maybe like the length of his finger plus halfway down his palm.
Mm. It's a little worm.
Unfortunately, yes.
Uh.
I think that's where we'll end the session.
Okay. Puppy acquired.
Yes. Add +1 pup to your inventory.
Yes. Alright, I'll stop recording unless somebody else can think of something.
Nope, I think that's it.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that
Till next time.
Till next time.